So let's talk about one of the biggest challenges in marketing today. How do you actually connect with millennials? And look, if you're thinking the answer is just, I don't know, louder ads or flashier commercials, you're going to have a bad time. The real key, the real solution, is a totally different way of thinking.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll dig into the millennial puzzle itself. Then, we'll look at the inbound answer. After that, we'll explore why it works so well. I'll give you a concrete playbook, and we'll wrap it up with a one big takeaway you absolutely need to remember.
All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, the millennial marketing puzzle. Or, let me put it more bluntly, why your old advertising playbook just doesn't work anymore.
So this really is the million-dollar question, right? Why are all those traditional ads just failing with this generation? What is it about the old way of doing things that just completely misses the mark?
Well, the first piece of this puzzle is realizing that millennial isn't just one thing. It's not a monolith. We're talking about this huge, incredibly diverse group of people. You've got 18-year-old students on one end and mid-30s homeowners on the other. A single generic message, it's just not going to fly.
And the sheer scale of this is wow, it's staggering. Just to put it into perspective, if you look at a single market like India, you're talking about a consumer base of 400 million people. This isn't some tiny niche demographic we're talking about. This is a massive, foundational part of the economy that, frankly, no brand can afford to ignore. There's this quote from Entrepreneur that I think just nails it. It says, "Brand marketers would be wise not to underestimate the importance of being in the right place at the right time with the right message to reach millennials." And that's it, right there. It all comes down to precision. The old spray and pray method, yeah, that's officially dead.
And this really gets to the core of why that old school outbound marketing just doesn't work. Think about it. It feels totally impersonal, right? It's just a company talking at you, not with you. It's a one-way conversation. It's all logos and slogans, but there's no real substance. And at the end of the day, what is it? It's just an annoying interruption.
Okay, so if the old way is totally broken, what's the fix? That brings us to our second section, the inbound answer. And let me tell you, this requires a complete shift in how you think about marketing.
So what in the world is inbound marketing? It's actually pretty simple. Instead of pushing ads on people, you pull them in with stuff they're actually interested in. Valuable content they're already looking for, like helpful blog posts, useful tutorials, or entertaining videos that they actually want to watch.
And wow, the difference here couldn't be more dramatic. Outbound pushes, inbound pulls. Outbound interrupts your day, inbound is actually helpful. It's the difference between a company just talking about itself versus a conversation that's driven by the customer. One is super annoying and the other's genuinely engaging.
The whole method follows this really natural path. First, you attract people with that great, valuable content. Then you engage with them to start building real trust in a real relationship. And from there, from that position of trust, you can naturally influence their decisions. Why? Because you're not just some random advertiser anymore, you're a helpful, trusted resource. Okay, so that's the theory. It sounds good, right? But why does this work so well with this generation in particular? That's what we're covering in Section 3, Why It Resonates. And it's all about connecting with the digital native.
Honestly, the answer is pretty simple. Inbound marketing works because it lines up perfectly with how millennials already live their lives. They're digitally fluent. They basically live on their phones. And when they have a question or a problem, what's their first instinct? It's not to sit around and wait for a TV ad to pop up. No way. They go straight to Google for answers.
And this behavior completely changes how they buy things. For one, they're thrifty, they're economical. So what do? They research products like crazy online. They actively seek out great reviews and referrals from people they trust. They also want to feel a personal connection to the brands they support. And maybe most importantly, they want to decide on their own time, not when an advertiser tells them to.
All right, so we get the what and the why. Now let's get into the how. Section 4 is your practical playbook. We're talking actionable strategies you can start using right away.
And to keep things really simple, you can build your entire strategy on 3 core pillars. It's super easy to remember. First, be authentic and mission-driven. Second, provide value and convenience. And third, go where they are. Got it? Let's break each one of those down. Okay, pillar number 1, be authentic and mission-driven. Look, authenticity isn't just some marketing buzzword anymore. It's the price you pay to even get in the door.
This means you have to be crystal clear about your company's mission. You've got to be honest, radically transparent in all your content. And this is huge. Adding a social impact element, that's a game changer. This generation really wants to support brands that are genuinely trying to do some good in the world.
Next up, Pillar 2. Provide value and convenience. Forget the old-school sales pitches. Your focus should be on creating genuinely helpful, informational content. Stuff that actually solves a problem or answers a question for them. And on the technical side, you have to make sure your website, your app, everything is seamless and super easy to use. And hey, if you can empower a little personal expression, like product customization, that gives them a sense of ownership, which is golden.
And finally, our third pillar, go where they are. And let me be clear, this is not optional. It means you need to be an early adopter on new social networks. It means that every single thing you create has to be mobile first, no exceptions. It means you have to embrace video, it's basically their native language, and it means you've got to collaborate with key influencers, people who have already done the hard work of earning their audience's trust.
All right, let's bring it all home. Our final section here is the takeaway. This is your next move.
So, after all that, what's the one crucial thing you need to walk away with? If you remember just one thing from this entire explainer, please make it this. Millennials are wired for authentic, content-driven, personalized, and, I'm going to say it again, honest experiences with brands. That is the entire game right there. And that leaves us with one final, really important question for you to think about. I want you to take a hard look at your own marketing, everything you're doing right now to reach your customers. Is it an interruption or is it an invitation? Because the answer to that question, that's what's going to determine your success.